Andy Tennant's cult classic film Ever After, A Cinderella Story, is a successful modern adaptation of Marie de France's Les Fresnes, for the way that it expands upon the themes evident in the brief play. Ever After is a Cinderella retelling with an abundance of medieval referencing. Our Cinderella, who's really named Danielle, and her Prince Henry, who engage in a kind of courtly love affair despite the prince's engagement to a Spanish princess. You have that engagement, which is almost, well, entirely devoid of love. Instead, their relationship is rooted in Prince Henry's duty to be married. The stepsisters study etiquette and are obsessed with aristocratic conduct. And of course, there are rigid class divides that could never be crossed, of course, until the end of the film. What's more striking within this so-called Cinderella retelling are the many almost one-for-one overlaps with Le France by Marie de France. It's almost as though the brevity of this lay kind of lends itself to cinematic expansion. In Ever After, each theme in Le France is drawn out and explored more deeply. So those themes are ones of kind of ironic nobility, hearsay, and selfless love. Ironic nobility manifests as Danielle's ability to disguise herself and pass as a noblewoman despite having no noble connections, no noble birth. Her parents are described as commoners, she's described as a commoner, yet she can infiltrate Prince Henry's court, and as a result, the pair fall in love. This is similar to in the lay, where Le France is raised away from her noble family, yet her noble attributes still shine through because they're so innate to her nature. What's deeply interesting about this is that in Le France, you have two twin sisters separated at birth, La Coude and La France. So in Ever After, these kind of two different women are manifests as Danielle's real identity, the fact that she is Danielle and she is common born, and the disguise that she takes on as Nicole, this courtly woman. Ever After also adopts the lay's themes of hearsay, which play a very, very strong part of the lay. It's obviously the rumor of how twins come to be that forces the noblewoman to give up one of her daughters. But in Ever After, this kind of manifests instead as lies being told just sort of constantly. You have Danielle lying to the prince about being Nicole. You have her stepmother lying to the prince's mother, the queen, about Danielle or Nicole being engaged to someone else, and then several other lies that sort of occur throughout the film, which then spawn rumors that spread throughout the cast of characters. And then, of course, is the theme of selfless love. That, of course, manifests in Le France as Le France's ability to kind of put aside the fact that she's in a relationship with Gurn, the knight, in order to sort of properly serve Le Corde as a maiden, as a handmaiden. In Ever After, this manifests as Danielle kind of the building up of this lie that in its final moments at the ball, Danielle must come clean because she loves Henry so much she can't lie to him. So her love does sort of become selfless in that way. And this is really where these themes kind of depart, where La France is selfless because she is kind of accommodating to the prince's lawful wife. Danielle has a bit more agency, which is interesting because La France has quite a bit of agency in the lay already. But Danielle chooses to deceive the prince even though it weighs heavy on her heart. She chooses to deceive her stepmother and stepsiblings by continuing to see him after she's sort of not been allowed to. Of course, because Danielle, the country woman, would never be able to speak to the prince, and so she creates her persona. But it's this kind of innate goodness in her that forces her to come clean to him, which is also kind of her nobility shining through in that way that sort of doesn't involve aristocracy or money. The idea that noble kind of takes on both those meanings, both nobility in terms of societal status and then also nobility in terms of moral goodness. There are also more slightly tongue-in-cheek references to the lay that are easy to pick up on. Le France is raised in the nunnery, and in Ever After, Henry and Danielle in disguise visit a Montessori to kind of look at old books together. I believe that Ever After is a very successful adaptation of Le France by Marie de France because of the way that it's able to expand on the themes already evident within the